So when we look at the dietary strategies for managing hunger signaling, something I'm a big fan of is referencing the satiety index. Now, this index was developed through research, and essentially it ranks food based on their ability to produce satiety or feeling of fullness after eating. And by selecting foods that rank higher on the index, individuals can better manage their appetite, reduce calorie intake, and optimize hormonal regulation of both ghrelin and leptin. So this study was introduced by Susanna Holt in '95 through measuring various foods and how they influenced hunger levels over a 2-hour period of consumption. So each food was assigned a satiety score compared to white bread, which was given a baseline value of 100. So foods scoring higher than 100 are more satiating, they keep you fuller for longer. Foods scoring lower than 100 are less satiating and may lead to increased hunger soon after eating. So if we look at the key factors influencing satiety, we see protein content, fiber content, energy density, and glycemic response alongside water content were primary contributing factors that aided in higher scores assigned to each food. Now, why is this? Well, with protein content, protein is the most satiating macronutrient. Protein reduces ghrelin significantly and increases PYY and GLP. These are both satiety hormones. Now, with fiber content, high fiber foods slow down digestion, reducing ghrelin release and prolonging fullness. Now, in terms of energy density, foods with lower energy density, lower calories per gram, provide bulk without excess calories. So volume, this enhances satiety. We also have to look at the glycemic response. Foods with a low glycemic response, slow releasing carbs, maintain steady blood sugar levels and satiety levels. Now, we also got to look at water content. High water foods, fruits, vegetables, potatoes, which rank obnoxiously high on this index, add volume to meals and enhance fullness without adding calories. So a few examples of high scoring foods. We've got boiled potatoes scoring 323, oatmeal scoring a little over 200, oranges scoring 200, apples 197, fish 225. I think it's specific to ling also, which is a white fish, very delicious. Eggs are 150, beans and lentils 168, lean meats 145, whole grain bread 157, and white bread 100. Now, for a different reference point, you can see croissants, yogurt, those are much lower on the satiety index, meaning they don't create that same feeling and perception of satiation after consuming. So what can we really learn from this? Foods high in protein and fiber suppress ghrelin production because they take longer to digest. So these high protein foods delay gastric emptying, reducing the need for ghrelin release. Fibrous foods slow the rate of digestion, keeping these levels low for extended periods of time. Now, fibrous foods slow the rate of digestion, keeping ghrelin levels low for an extended period of time. So when you look at leptin sensitivity, you're seeing high volume, low energy density, so low calorie foods, nutrient rich foods, so vegetables, legumes, fruits, may improve leptin sensitivity by reducing inflammation associated with leptin resistance. These diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids, fish, antioxidants enhance leptin signaling by modulating these inflammatory pathways. So, what are the takeaways? For me, I think that anyone struggling with adherence should do a little bit of an audit of your current meal plan, of your intake. And for instance, like rice is prescribed on almost every meal plan. And it drives me nuts because I'm like, when I'm dieting, like if I'm eating like 1,500 calories, if I'm told to eat rice 3 times a day, I'm only gonna get like 50 grams of uncooked rice. It's going to be a very small amount. And that's kind of obnoxious when you're like, hey, I want to feel like I'm not killing myself or starving myself. I want to feel like my meals are still somewhat enjoyable and satiating. I think we have to look at meal composition as well as food selection and really determine, like, is this the best use of the calories that we have at hand? Could we potentially swap these out for higher satiety foods that ultimately would allow us to have a higher perception of fullness and also modulate some of these hunger signalings?